I bet I can guess your exact situation right now. A few years ago, you started watching porn, you finally started getting on self-improvement, you started working out, and you started watching NoFap videos on YouTube. When you saw these guys who were telling you about the benefits of NoFap, you decided that you were going to try and quit. And you did quit for one day, or maybe only a few hours. And then you realize that it's actually hard. All these self-improvement YouTubers tell you that it's easy to quit, but it's not. And whenever you do relapse, you get angry at the fact that you relapse because you told yourself that you were never going to do it again, and yet here you are back to the same old bad habit. But what if I told you that this anger is exactly what you need in order to quit? When I was 14 years old, I started watching NoFap videos on YouTube. And before that, I had never watched porn. I had never done anything like that. But because I was watching these NoFap videos, I began watching porn. It might sound so strange, like what you started watching NoFap videos first and then you got addicted to porn. But to me, it makes perfect sense because by watching these videos, I was introducing the thought of it into my brain. And because I was surrounding myself with all these NoFap YouTubers, I kept thinking about it and thinking about it all day long. And so of course I fell into that same exact temptation. So your first piece of advice is to stop watching NoFap videos. Yes, stop watching videos like these. Stop watching my videos on NoFap. That's how you know I'm being authentic and completely honest with you. What other YouTuber out there is telling you to stop watching their own YouTube videos? Because if you keep surrounding yourself in this environment of NoFap, here are the benefits after 90 days of NoFap. If you keep watching these videos over and over again, you're going to keep that thought in your mind and you're going to basically never quit, or you're just going to make it way harder than it needed to be. Your next piece of advice is to do what's called progressive unloading. So you've probably heard of the gym term called progressive overload. This is where you start with, let's say, the 45-pound bar. Maybe you can put like 10 or 25 pounds on the end, and let's say you have 100 pounds on the bar. Well, you do the 100 pounds, maybe you get 12 reps in, and then you add 5 pounds. Maybe your reps goes down to like 9 or 8 or something like that. And then you get back up to 12, and then you add another 5 pounds. So now you're at like 120 pounds. You cannot go into the gym and then instantly put like 6 plates on the bar and start repping it out. You're a new person. Well, with you have already been watching porn. You've already been going to the gym and you've got, let's say, 400 pounds on the bar. What you want to do instead of add more to the bar is you want to decrease the weight that's on the bar. So you take that 405 and then you decrease it by 5 to 10 pounds every single week, and then eventually you get down to 300, down to 200, down to 100, and then down to 0, maybe after 2 or 3 years of doing this. And it's going to take most people a long time to quit this thing. Think about it. You've been doing pornography, you've been watching this stuff for years and years and years. Do you really think that you're going to be able to quit without putting in years and years and years? You have to take it step by step. If you could have just quit instantly, then you would have done it. But the reason you're watching this video is because you can't quit instantly. You don't have enough discipline. You don't have enough drive in order to do that. And another piece of advice is to have a reason to quit. What are you doing with your life? What are you trying to achieve with your time? What are you putting your hard work and effort into? Of course, you can be going to the gym, you can be meditating, you can be journaling, you can be reading and learning, and you can be doing all these things, and these are great for you, but you've got to have a purpose. What work are you doing? What business are you running? What job are you working? If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have something that you are aiming at, then it's going to be much harder to quit porn because you can't use that and say, oh, well, I need to do this type of work, and if I'm addicted to porn, that's going to make it harder for me to achieve my goals, and so that just adds additional motivation onto this. Your only action step for this video is to listen to my progressive unload advice. So there's 2 action steps. There's listen to that advice, but to also stop watching so many nofap videos. These videos aren't actually helping you. If they were helping you, then you would be quitting, you'd be doing it less, but you're not, and that's why you're watching this video. It's time to take action starting now.